Today in my clinic, I had a moment where you really have to pause and think about what is really going on. And so I had this woman in my clinic who I've known for a long time. She's had a lot of cervical surgeries, many of them, and she has some difficulty swallowing. And I really noticed today that she had lost a lot of weight. So first we were just focusing on the fact that she was a lot better than she was before her surgery, but then we got into the weight conversation. I was very concerned about it. So we started talking about getting adequate protein, nutrition, and so on. And she said this had already been identified by her primary care physician, who had suggested that she go on Ensure. And this is something we typically do. We do a high caloric drink many, many times a day to really try to supplement them, especially if they're having difficulty with solid foods and things like that. And she had lost a lot of weight. I mean, this is very concerning. And she just looked at me and starts to cry and say, I can only afford 3 cans of Ensure a week. 3 cans of Ensure a week. You know, and this just takes your breath away. It's heartbreaking. Here's a person that's done everything right. You know, it's not their fault that they're losing weight. I mean, they literally can't even afford what they need, which is just cans of Ensure. So of course, this is something that we're going to help her out with. But the point is this: sometimes we just really need to take into account what the factors are that are holding people back from really managing their health and well-being. And obviously, she is not well. Think about this. 10% of Americans live in abject poverty, okay? 40 million people are on food stamps. 20% of the population cannot come up with $100 in the case of an emergency. We really need to take these breathtaking statistics in mind, and everything comes into perspective when we think about things like this. So be kind, be generous, and us as providers, we always have to try to understand people's circumstances to really try to help them with their health and wellness. And a poverty problem is really hurting our society because people can't get the right nutrition, they can't get the right food, they can't afford their medications. We really need to make some drastic changes. So just something that happened to me today. Wow.